Hi traders! The second trading week of the year is coming to an end. In this video we are trying to puzzle out why the US stock market is trading lower. Besides, we will tell you how the US dollar feels in light of the red-hot retail sales data from the United States. Let's go! The US stock market with the three major indexes fell sharply on Thursday. The culprit for such a steep decline is the fastest-spreading Omicron variant across the country. Besides, the infection rates have set all-time highs around the world. Commonly, the Nasdaq is the most vulnerable among the other stock indexes. The Nasdaq closed with a 2.5% slump on Thursday. The Dow Jones was just 0.5% down, and the S&P500 shed 1.4% intraday. Today, futures on the S&P500 are trading a bit lower at near 4,644 points, inside the corridor between 4,630 and 4,690. The US dollar dropped to the lowest level in 2 months, awaiting definite moves from the US Fed towards raising interest rates. The softer-than-expected stance of the US Central Bank pushed the US dollar down. As a result, the range for its index shifted downwards to 94.40 and 95.00. Earlier, the US dollar index settled at the level of around 96 points for nearly a month, anticipating aggressive monetary tightening from the Federal Reserve. Having declined by 1% from that level, the greenback looks insecure against the basket of its rival currencies, especially against the euro and the yen. Meanwhile, its index is trading at about 94.70. It's likely to extend its weakness. Investors want to play safe despite growing yields of US Treasuries. The nearest policy meeting of the US Fed is scheduled for January 26. The USD CAD pair is hovering at lows amid the broad-based weakness of the US dollar and high oil prices. Hence, the currency pair is sticking to the lower border of the corridor between 1.2450 and 1.2560. Today, the price has rebounded from a 9-week low at 1.2453, reached yesterday, and climbed to 1.2509. So today Bitcoin is following the downtrend. The digital token sank by more than 3% from yesterday, now trading at nearly 42,154. The crypto is heading for support at 40,000. Clearly, the flagship cryptocurrency is directly correlated with the US stock market. Some analysts reckon that Bitcoin will be able to resume growth towards 46,000 in the coming weeks on condition that Wall Street investors regain optimism and inflationary pressure ebbs away. High inflation will hardly loosen its grip on the US economy. On the plus side, the US labor market is getting back on track. Initial unemployment claims remain steadily low at about 230,000 per week. Besides, continuing jobless claims declined to 1.56 million last week from 1.75 million a week ago. Despite such positive trends, monetary policy has to be adjusted. Fed's Vice Chair Lyle Brainerd stated that the fight against soaring inflation is high on the Fed's agenda. And that's all news from the North American session today. Feel free to leave comments. See you online on Monday and have a nice weekend.